Hello everyone, it's Annie, and I'm here today to talk about the sequels that I'm most excited for that are coming out in 2022. So I'm hoping to do this in order of release. So the first one that I have to talk about is Fevered Star by Rebecca Roanhorse. I just want to come out of the gate and say that I absolutely hate this cover. I don't know what happened because the cover for Black Sun was gorgeous and this one is just hideous, but whatever. Black Sun was really good. I did rate it a 4 stars and I really liked it. So the synopsis is a little complicated, but it does keep following that captain character named Shiala and Serapio and Narampa. So some of the questions here are that can Serapio stay human when he is steeped in prophecy and surrounded by those who desire only his power? And is there a future for Narampa in a transformed Tova, which is the city that it's set in, without her total destruction? So it seems like they're really high stakes, and it definitely is a fantasy on an epic scale with lots of different characters and plot points. So I'm definitely excited to see where Rebecca takes this. And that comes out in April, and the next book I'm going to talk about comes out in June, which is Godslayers by Zoe Hanamikta. This cover is gorgeous. Love the colors. I really liked Gearbreakers. It is a sapphic Pacific Rim inspired sci-fi YA story that is just so good, has great enemies to lovers. It's just so good, and this sounds like it's going to be a really wild ride. So the Gearbreakers struck a devastating blow against Godolia on Heaven's Day, but the cost of victory was steep. Months later, the few rebels who've managed to escape the tyrannical empire's bloody retribution have fled to the mountains, hunted by the last Zenith, Godolia's only surviving leader. Eris has been held prisoner since the attack on the capital, which almost killed her. She begins to wish it had when she discovers Sona, the girl she loves, who she would tear down cities for, also survived, only to be captured and corrupted. The cybernetic brainwashing that Sona has forcibly undergone now has her believing herself a loyal soldier for Godolia, and Eris's mortal enemy. With the rebellion shattered and Godolia moving forward with an insidious plan to begin inducting Badlands children into a new wind-up pilot program, the odds have never been more stacked against the Gearbreakers. Their last hope for victory will depend on whether Eris and Sona can somehow find their way back to each other. Yeah, this sounds amazing. The next book comes out in July, and it is Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers, which is the second book in the Monk and Robot novella series, which I absolutely love. The first book was called Psalm for the Wild Built, and it was one of my favorite books last year. So after touring the rural areas of Panga, sibling Dex, a tea monk of some renown, and Mosscap, a robot sent on a quest to determine what humanity really needs, turn their attention to the villages and cities of the little moon they call home. They hope to find the answers they seek while making new friends, learning new concepts, and experiencing the entropic nature of the universe. Yeah, I love this. It's such a feel-good, cozy sci-fi, which we all know Becky Chambers is such a master at writing, so I just cannot wait for this. And the cover is also so gorgeous. And the next book is a horror book, and it's the sequel to My Heart is a Chainsaw. It's Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. My Heart is a Chainsaw was one of my absolute favorite books that I read last year, and it really kind of snuck up on me. I didn't expect it to be. This has 2 possible release dates, either September of 2022 or February of 2023. So I'm putting it here because I am manifesting that it will come out in 2022. So this is the sequel, and it follows Jade again, who faces down a brutal serial killer. Ooh, okay. 4 years after her tumultuous senior year, Jade is released from prison right before Christmas when her conviction is overturned. But life beyond bars takes a dangerous turn as soon as she returns to Proof Rock. Convicted serial killer Dark Mills South, seeking revenge for 38 Dakota men hanged in 1862, escapes from his prison transfer due to a blizzard just outside of Proof Rock. His reunion tour began on December 12, 2019, a Thursday. 36 hours and 20 bodies later, on Friday the 13th, it would be over. Yeah, I mean, Stephen Graham Jones is just a master at horror, and I cannot wait to follow Jade because she is such a great character. Yeah, I just can't wait for this. The next book is the third book in the Locked Tomb series, which is Nona the Ninth. It comes out in September, and it follows Nona. We don't know who she is. It seems like it's going to have a more lighthearted tone than the other books, maybe. So here's the synopsis. Her city is under siege, the zombies are coming back, and all Nona wants is a birthday party. In many ways, Nona is like other people. She lives with her family, has a job at her local school, and loves walks on the beach and meeting new dogs. But Nona's not like other people. 6 months ago, she woke up in a stranger's body, and she's afraid she might have to give it back. The whole city is falling to pieces. A monstrous blue sphere hangs on the horizon, ready to tear the planet apart. Blood of Eden forces have surrounded the last cohort facility and wait for the Emperor Undying to come calling. Their leaders want Nona to be the weapon that will save them from the 9 houses. Nona would prefer to live an ordinary life with the people she loves, but she also knows that nothing lasts forever, and each night Nona dreams of a woman with a skull-painted face. Sounds totally bonkers, just like the other 2 books in this series, and I do love this cover, so I'm very much looking forward to reading this. The next book is Into the Riverlands by Nevo, and it is the third in the Singing Hills Cycle novella series by Tor. I absolutely loved the first 2, and they're just so beautifully sapphic fantasy books, and I cannot wait for this one. The cover is also really, really cool. So this is about wandering cleric Chi of the Singing Hills travels to the Riverlands to record tales of the notorious near-immortal martial artists who haunt the region. On the road to Bethany Docks, they fall in with a pair of young women far from home, and an older couple who are more than they seem. As Chi runs headlong into an ancient feud, they find themselves far more entangled in the history of the Riverlands than they ever expected to be. Accompanied by Almost Brilliant, a talking bird with an indelible memory, Chi confronts old legends and new dangers alike as they learn that every story, beautiful, ugly, kind, or cruel, bears more than one face. Yeah, I love Chi. I love them. I love the whole vibe of this novella series, so I will definitely be buying this one. And the last book, we don't have a confirmed release date yet, but it does list 2022 on the Goodreads, and it is the sequel to Iron Widow. I am so hyped for this because the ending to Iron Widow was just completely amazing and just really a 180, totally surprising, totally spectacular. I love this book. I love Xiranze Zhao, and I cannot wait. I don't have a synopsis for the second book. I don't think anyone does, but I know that it's going to be amazing, so I cannot wait to get my hands on the second one. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know down below what sequels you're excited for in 2022. I'd really like to know what you'll be reading. And if you liked this, please like and subscribe to my channel for more bookish videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!